These are the times, man, that define the man you're going to become. What kind of man do you want to become, Genuine? What kind of man do you want to be remembered as? Dino heartbroken over 6-month-old relationship. Ah, Dino. Dr. Phil's here for you, man.
The actual Dr. Phil.
Yeah, that's me. This is a 50-50 relationship. This has got to be a 100-100 relationship.
That doesn't exist. Do you not know how to math?
Dr. Phil needs no boss. He is, man. How we doing? I am a floating head. This was actually unintentional. It's kind of funny. Hey, what's up, Saber? How you doing, man?
Moment.
Wait.
Saber's dying. Yeah, no, his body just, every once in a while, his body just starts trying to phase into the ether. Like, feels on a higher plane of existence than anybody else.
Yes.
He forces himself to stay down here with us. It just, sometimes he loses his grasp a little bit.
Well, hello.
Oh.
The Boston
hey,
has
Boston.
arrived. Forced me to adjust my fighting style. Yeah, there you go. Fighting's all about, man. Adaptation.
Wow, everybody's been doing workouts, sparring, all that. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Because they've been watching that Wing Chun Wednesday. It airs every Wednesday over on YouTube.
Call me no. Twice the pride, double the fall. Yeah, that's right. Guys, look at this view. Tell me it isn't amazing. And then you can see the windmill going up here. Genuine says, I'm SOL. My friend just crossed the line when talking to me on PS4. And now I just punched holes in the wall and I'm bleeding. Dude. Man, I'm sorry. First off, are you injured, man? Is your hand okay? And, you know, just try to calm down, bud. Anything we can do for you to calm you down. Just don't continue to hurt yourself. It's bleeding. Okay, if you move your fingers. Yeah, man. Just take some deep breaths. I know you're frustrated. Close your eyes. Deep breaths through your nose, bud. All the way in. Fill up your lungs. Circulate that adrenaline a little bit.
Being able to handle your anger is something that you're going to have to do moving forward in life, or else it's going to cause problems for you.
I have to agree. And if your hand's okay, if you want to get that crazy violent energy out of you, dude, like be violent, but do push-ups until you fall. Get the violent energy out in a positive way. That's something I always tell people. Like, don't go hurt somebody. Don't go say something you're going to regret. Just like literally exhaust yourself to the point where you can't be violent. But yeah, man, use that energy. Make yourself stronger. You feel safe coming here, Genuine. This is a sort of sanctuary for you, right?
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly. You walk away from...
You trust us. There's no way to escape what the world is going to throw at you. I mean, if you ignore that, then one day it's going to swallow you up, and you have to face the music.
You want to, of course, surround yourself with people who are going to support you and people who aren't going to want to make you feel that way. But you're going to run into people like that, but the only thing you can do is walk away from those people.
Surround yourself with positive people, like Boston said. You really have to. Not gonna lie, I feel better when I punch the walls. All right, but yeah, that's a very temporary feel better, and you can injure yourself forever. And I mean, dude, you broke a wall. I don't know if it's like your house, your parents' house, but you're gonna have to pay for that in some way, and that's not cool. So like, you know, next time hit a punching bag, dude. Throw on gloves so your wrists are safe. Punch until you fall over. The way that's not gonna damage other people's stuff. That's not fair for you to do that, no matter how you feel. I'm screwed when my mom finds out. Right, that's what I mean. You have to answer for there are consequences for what you did. I'm not going to ignore that too. So she has the right to be angry, but just, you know, explain to her what happened. Move forward, man. Move in the right direction. Parents know the walls are replaceable, but you aren't. Yeah, Genuine, you're going to have to figure that one out, dude. I don't know if you have a job, if you can help or anything like that. Think about how you feel right now and accept what you did, because you can't change it no matter what, no matter how much regret you feel at this moment. So you're going to have to figure that out. But really compartmentalize this feeling, take it in, feel what you're feeling, and realize that you should never do that again. And you won't do it again, man. I'm starting to feel pain in my hand.
If I'm not mistaken, Genuine is, I think, 14. As you mature, you're going to learn how to deal with things in a much more responsible way. You know, that's the type of person you just don't need in your life. And you'll soon realize that having 4 quarters is better than having 100 pennies. So
yeah, absolutely, dude. And make sure you're apologizing, by the way, when you explain. Don't try to act like, you know, it was justified. I'm really sorry. I really lost my cool. You know, I'll help fix it.
Having the courage to walk away from people who are toxic,
yeah, man.
who are narcissistic.
It's a beautiful thing. Genuine. Okay, he just texted me saying he was sorry, so I told him F you. I don't know the situation. I don't know what the heck happened. Wouldn't take someone's genuine apology and throw the F-bomb at him, man. Stop being so impulsive, because you might be regretting it. You might be regretting more than that wall, but don't destroy more. In this case, humans can't be replaced. Friendships can't be replaced. Well, he said, the one insecurity everyone has. I don't know, man. If someone gives a genuine apology, I mean, you guys are young. Society tells you that, you know, if you cry, you're not a man. And it's like, dude, if you don't cry, you're not a man. You don't cry when the best friend dies or something? Like, what the heck are you? Like an inhuman monster or something? Like what? Like your grandmother dies, you don't weep for her? What kind of a disgusting monster are you? You know.
What they're mainly doing is voicing to you their own insecurities.
Yeah.
So
totally, man.
Remember that.
I heard this from the creators of Pure Ownage. Really awesome guys I look up to. If someone doesn't know you, the only thing they can tell you is about themselves. They don't know you. Commenting on your life as if they have any idea what's going on and stuff. If you feel that you have to cry and you're like, if I do, I won't be a man. I'll hold it in and like keep my emotions in, and then, you know, one day I'll like beat my wife because I'm so pent up. Yeah, that's bad. That's a bad thing. I mean, real talk, if you don't cry, like, you will go insane. Like, you will. Like, it's like denying any other emotion you can think of. I mean, it's an instinct to cry. So it's like saying, oh, I'm hungry, I just didn't eat. It's like, well, you'll die. And like, oh, you know, I had to sleep. I didn't really want to for a few days. Like, well, you like actively shortening your lifespan, you know? Like, you're exposing your weakness and everyone sees it. That's a stupid John Wayne mindset, Genuine. I hope you really don't think that. Achilles was really disgusted with the cowards. This is actually where this joke comes from. My cowards die first. He's so disgusted with archers during the Trojan War that he actually cried about it. Is Achilles weakling? No, he's the greatest warrior of all time, and there's a part of the body named after him. Immortal, unstoppable force. Like, emotion is weakness and stuff like that, and I do say it's quite the opposite. It is incredibly weak not to show emotion, and you're fearful. You are afraid if you don't show emotion, and that is cowardice.
It also goes back to caring what people think, you know.
Yep, and you are, again, it's weakness to say, I care what these, like, people say. Dude, Achilles isn't a real person? It's actually arguable. They did exist, but you're missing the point, Genuine. Neither is John Wayne, right? So why does everybody try to emulate John Wayne?
Zero proof that he didn't exist, and there's also zero proof that he did exist. Therefore, it's an opinion-based argument, which is just...
Yeah, there's a lot more proof that he did exist. And the Trojan War definitely happened. Someone cries in school, they will be called a crybaby. Yeah, but by who, Genuine? Who's calling you a crybaby? Some disgusting, degenerate, misfit freak? Love the content. It's the tropes of the society, and the time of the society, rather. So, like... Achilles is a great example, I think, but another like better example is, like, picture what Achilles was. So Achilles, everybody just knows him for his warrior spirit and warrior side of things, but he's actually trained by Chiron when he was young to be an artist and a singer and a player of the harp. It's the tropes of the time, like Heracles, who you guys know as Hercules, the Roman. He cried, he raged, emotion, you know, and there was definitely no one questioned his manhood. The samurai, another great example. The samurai were, like, you know, did a lot of the feminine arts. Like, they painted and they did calligraphy and all these things, which would be, like, you know, classically viewed as ridiculous for, like, a warrior to do, just like Achilles, you know, the singing and the music and the feminine side of things. And Genuine, if you're more concerned with, again, to quote Achilles, a lion does not concern himself with the opinions of the sheep.
Natural human instinct in any form of danger or anything like that is actually fight or flight, so you have choice. It's
as instinctual as eating, sleeping, or sex. So therefore, it's ridiculous to say that crying is bad. Who is saying this to you? Who are you concerned? Those are the people that you're trying to impress by not crying. Good example is my oldest friend. Yeah, he got a call in high school that his brother, who's a Marine, got shot by a sniper.
Horrible.
Okay, and you know what he was doing? He was crying because he thought his brother might be dead in Iraq. Did you think anybody was like, wow, what a loser? What a loser. Dude, if I had seen someone say that, I would have smashed their head into the locker. That was at my 14-year-old crazy state, all right? So you see what I'm saying? And what kind of a disgusting freak. What a loser. Like, dude, that person should be destroyed.
Those are the people who you don't surround yourself with.
Yeah, Genuine. These are the people that grow up to be, you know what? Nothing.
Who will support you.
They're not going anywhere. Yeah, dude, like, you can cry for any reason, dude. You can be just overwhelmed with stress and cry.
You don't know what that kid who was just called stupid is going through in his life. Maybe he's constantly being bullied. Maybe that one insult is just one small drop in a very large bucket of stuff he's dealing with.
Like, everybody's going through their own thing, man. If you saw a man crying that you didn't know, like, and you were in school and you saw some dude, like, just breaking down and crying, like, if there's a new kid at school, you didn't know anything about this dude, and you saw him crying in, like, the corner, and people were, like, laughing at him. But would you laugh at him with those people because you'd want to feel cool? Or are you going to go comfort that kid? Dude, I'm comforting that kid. And I really hope you'd say the same thing. I really hope all of you, if you really like my content and what I stand for, would do the same thing. And if you don't, you should just stop watching. If you're concerned with that sort of like shallow, I mean, Jenny, I want to be clear too. Like, look what we're doing for you tonight, man. Like, you came in with, you know, your problems and your stuff. Did we start laughing at you? That's literally the same reaction. Like, as just, you know, laughing at that crime. It's like, you punched a hole in a wall. What a piece of garbage. Dude, get wrecked, man. Get good in life, or you're not going to make it, buddy. Yeah, get out of here. Like, we didn't do that. We're trying to help you. So that's what I'm trying to impose on you, is be that for people. Don't be, oh, but it's not cool to do that. And, like, you know, most streamers wouldn't do this. They'd probably try to make a funny joke and get more followers. So, I mean, that's the point, though. It's not about what doing is funny. It's about doing what's right. Yeah, it's about doing what's right, guys. I lived my whole life by that, and I've suffered for it. To be clear with you, I've suffered for it massively. But I can sleep at night, man. I live by my codes. I assume you've been in tears or will be, like, concerning the situation, and you should be. Like, that's a natural reaction after rage. I'm sorry if it's coming off a little harsh, Genuine, but this stuff is... These are the points in your life, Genuine, where it'll define the man that you're going to become. These are the points, man, when you got to make tough decisions and how you react to, you know, betrayal and stuff like that. It may not seem like much. It may like seem just another frustrating night because school's so stressful and you're always going through stuff. But, like, these are the times, man, that define the man you're going to become. What kind of man do you want to become, Genuine? What kind of man do you want to be remembered as? The kind that laughed at the kid, or the kind that helped him? Look at this guy. Look at him squatting down. Oh, yeah. I've been made fun of for being a good guy, but I felt good. Oh, yeah, definitely. Who's making fun of you? Because you're a good guy. Like, absolute dregs of society. That's who's making fun of you. So it's one of those things where you just got to say, why does this even register at all on my scale of importance?
You also want to be a leader, not a follower.
Pretty impressive that you would talk with a viewer about his problems, considering your success on YouTube. Not many would do that. Hey, that's why I do this, Piranga. That's literally why I do YouTube, this, everything I do, man. Thanks for saying that, though. I appreciate it. We're trying to really help him, use this for him. True.
So it takes a man or a woman to admit that they're wrong. Only a child never admits that they're wrong.
If you're wrong, admit it and accept it. Grow as a person.
You're saying you know you're right. So on the one hand, you got to examine yourself and say, okay, am I actually right, or is it my pride telling me that I'm absolutely right when everyone around me is telling me otherwise? And if you are truly right and that holds with your codes or your values, then yeah, you stick with that, whatever that thing is. And yeah, like we said earlier, you surround yourself with better people, or you do what's right. Could be one and the same, you know. And if those people aren't serving your growth as a human being, then you move on. Well, like elite just further proves the point too. It's like, you know, so people called him gay for sticking up for a kid who's bi and was getting like lamb-based. It's like, who are these monstrous people? Like, these people are not going to be successful because they're clearly concerned with, it's the behavior of someone who will never do anything. They're so concerned with someone, they're not even focusing on their own life. Right. And like I said, it's about coming to that person's defense, no matter what the ridiculous gang up it, unless it's like, you know, they murdered someone, you know, like evading consequences. Number one, why do these people care? Because they're insecure freaks themselves, and they probably are really scared about, you know, the times they have to cry and hold it in.
Or two other people who will share your opinion.
Elsa! What in the world? A missile of positivity has just entered the fray. Oh.
This is a very serious stream. I like it, because we're having like a nice serious discussion, civil discussion. This is the way all discussion should be. It's civil.
We're all in the Minecraft game together. We're all in the positivity game.
I feel like today is turned into a podcast for sure.
Back in my day, we didn't have cheese. Dino needs some advice on something. We made it through the gauntlet of positivity. Dino, you ask away, man. I'm in that sort of mood. Dino talk third person. Dude, I love Dino already. I have a high standard for a lot of things. And that's food, women, and trolls. Alright, so you need to impress me. Dino heartbroken over 6-month-old relationship. Ah, oh, Dino. Dr. Phil's here for you, man.
The actual Dr. Phil.
Yeah, that's me. This is a 50-50 relationship. This has got to be a 100-100 relationship.
That doesn't exist. Do you not know how to math?
Dr. Phil needs no math. He is math.
You're correct.
Girl break up with Dino and go next day with enemy. Oh, no, Dino. No dinosaur deserves that. You are enough, Dino. Dino is good. Dino is amazing. And there is a nice female dinosaur out there, you know, that you're going to find one day that's better than someone who's going to leave you and go to your enemy dinosaur. There are much better girls out there, girl dinos, you know, so just, you know, maybe like a nice triceratops, like, maybe like, you know, maybe like, Listen, is it serious? Maybe like a nice, like, thick triceratops or something, you know? Is out there waiting for you, and it's gonna be.
She's kind of sounding like a raptor.
You may feel as if that you were more complete with the accompaniment of your dino mate, right? And you maybe thought that one day you would breed and you would have offspring with the dino. You would spawn some sort of small dinosaur. You weren't complete with that person, you know. It's that you are already 100% who you are, dino. And you're a fantastic dinosaur. And even though you may feel like empty right now,
Best dinosaur.
You don't need any female dinosaur to be happy, and that's the most important thing. You're going to be okay, and if you find a female dino in the future, that's fine. She's just going to add, and you guys can share, but you need to find another dino who's 100%. This female dino, was like maybe 20 or 10%, and she clearly needed the validation of enemy dino to feel okay with herself, and you don't want someone like that. You don't need those people in your life, like we talked about earlier, right? So he's your ex-friend because he took the woman. So yeah, he's no friend of yours. He's no friend of yours. Low value dinosaurs here. I'm thinking maybe like a disgusting like a velociraptor. Like actual velociraptors are small, disgusting creatures that like robbed eggs out of. And you don't want any part of them. Dino gonna get Godzilla on them. Godzilla, you can real name Nick. Okay, so you're gonna have somebody kill them. Don't even concern yourself as a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and Rex means king in Greek, by the way. Tyrant king. There's a tyrant king, a Tyrannosaurus Rex, concerned himself with the workings of a disgusting velociraptor robbing eggs from nests. There's always something to be taken away as a thoughtful, improvement-looking dinosaur. Okay, there is some reason she walked away. Now, of course, there's a small chance she's lying. She probably was bored in the relationship. So, no, you shouldn't think that, wow, if I'm boring, that women are going to leave me for my enemies. No. But women may just leave and say nicer things if they're bored in the future. Or they may just, make up other excuses to protect your feelings, which is very common with women, in my experience. So, what I'm saying is, there's something to be taken away from this. There's always something to be taken away. As a mature dinosaur. Why is he typing like that? Dino is a dinosaur, so he's trying to communicate with us humans. We're going to have our bad days. Everybody's going to have them, but there's enough negative streams, that's for darn sure, on Twitch and YouTube combined. I would be remiss to pass up an opportunity to spread positivity in such a specifically unfortunate situation. Because I do speak from the heart. It can be harsh, it can be intense. But I can assure you I'm trying to help you. Normal Sloth has just followed on Twitch. Hey, welcome to the Philosophers. Tonight, living up to my name. Interesting fun fact, phil is actually the Greek word for love. So philosophy means love of thought. So interesting, huh? Dude, that windmill looking fresh as a daisy. This inn looking fresh as a baby's face. Like I said, I've spoken to you. I know you're a real person and you're a good guy trying to make your way in the world like all of us. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it. It's alright, Elsa. I didn't want to have to do this, but you leave me no choice. That's this mold, everybody. If you've seen Tangled, you know what I'm doing.
Around you that are, supportive.
And that's where mindfulness comes in.
Surrounding yourself with emotional anchors, like sort of these life anchors that give you a reason, that give you something to hold on to and something to look forward to, and it's a tough topic, man, because everybody is going through their own experience of this life. So it's quite insane almost to tell somebody how to experience this life or how to experience this, what philosophy to have. And it's a very difficult topic. And the absolution of our mortality is pretty much the most important debate, right? So, you mentioned with the beating God at his own game and everything, it's a difficult topic, and you have to just kind of allow people to push into that philosophy without letting them go too deep, I think, and just be there for them as they explore that and kind of come to terms with their own mortality. And we all do it in different ways too, so just try to be there for people who struggle, Find these things to look forward to, find these positive anchors. It could be non-human completely. It could be Minecraft. A good book is just there's nothing quite like it, I think, because it is, speaking of mindfulness, it's such a mental, imaginative reality that you build inside your brain, and it's solely yours. Perfect example, Saber talking about Dumbledore, saying a certain line and then how delivery bothered him. that's this like the reason Saber is so upset with that. It's this like beautiful sacred world, this universe of Harry Potter that Saber and we all have in our heads, our own personal interpretation of it, and the character and the lines and the voices, and like it was just so off from his that it quite understandably like jarred him. Reading books is so beautiful on that. You create almost like an entire world in your head.
I like the happy ending because I guess in a way it almost makes me feel like fantasy character here could have it. Maybe possibly sometime in the future I might be able to have it.
Yes.
It feels like I might not have it right now.
And that's beautiful.
And it's like one of the biggest things that keep people depressed is feeling like they have to be happy at all times.
It's just like we said about, you know, crying is bad. It's a standard that society created that's not real. Like, it's the same thing with happiness. Like, looking at Instagram and seeing these, like, people who aren't even happy, just pretending they are, can instill in your brain, like, whoa, I'm not happy. Something's wrong with me. Like, I'm not as happy as I should be, and, like, all these insecurities can creep in. So, like, there's nobody like Saber, there's nobody like Boston. That's a beautiful thing. And you should take pride in your experience, you know, because we all have this unique one experience of this body. A lot of life is just things happening to you and you reacting to them. And a lot of the time it can be quite overwhelming. So just, I say take pride in your individual experience.
Well
driving
well
this,
said.
Thank you.
Is what makes you you.
And it's one trip. It's one trip, you know? It's a one-way trip. You should read Orange. Nothing evolves from a vacuum, my friend. It's like these builds in Minecraft, right? Like Boston's builds, my build, Saber build. Like, people have done things like this in Minecraft. It mainly brought me to the person who I am today. I've had a friend who committed suicide. I'm so sorry to hear that, Elsa. Yeah, I know it's got to be incredibly difficult to come to terms with, and it just really shows how strong you are, quite honestly.
No one's always going to be happy. That's
true.
Creates pressure.
That's true. And Elsa, it's okay not to be happy. To be not happy. It's okay to be sad. When I had my second foot break, I had feelings of just absolute, like I was in the void. It wasn't anything. And that actually horrified me more than any sort of like negative feeling. There was a point where I just didn't care. It was just so apathetic. There's no meaning in any of this. And not in a sad way. It was just like nothingness. Like I was in the void. It's a very terrifying feeling. I think it's actually one of the scariest feelings I've ever had. Just like absolute, just a release of like any purpose. Very, very scary. Yeah, don't be ashamed. Yeah, Elsa, again, it just really voices how strong you are. Elsa has been like the shining light in this community for lots of people. You know, sometimes the people who have been through some of the darkest times can shine the brightest. And it's true because they know, they've been there. That's what's beautiful about it, is you're out there and you're trying to help others as you deal with it. You know, not trying to be some perfect example of a human being, because there is no such thing, you know. And that's why I want to keep saying to guys, it's okay. It's okay to be depressed. It's okay to be anxious. It's okay to be, you know, feel like nothing matters and, you know, you're floating through the void. It's okay. And you will get through it.
Feelings pass.
Just always continue to fight, you know? There's always a reason. There's always some reason to go on. Think about, like, some of the great heroes and the great stories. The classics. A lot of the best conversations aren't easy. They're not easy to stomach, but those are the ones that really change your perspectives. Do you play anything else? Yeah, definitely. My favorite game series is actually Final Fantasy, but I love a lot of classic games like Castlevania, Metal Gear Solid, Zelda, Mario. I also do drawing streams. I do workout streams. I teach martial arts. But yeah, so many new friends tonight. You guys are awesome. This has been such a good stream. It's such a refreshing, even though it's like, you know, I think a challenging stream for many, especially the people who brought forth their problems. It's been a really fulfilling stream, I think, for all of us.
It's over 9,000! There's no way that can be right.
I really appreciate you all. Every single one of you. Should be a new YouTube video tomorrow and a stream. So have a good night, guys.
You guys have a wonderful